What's up? Order in the court. You already know what time it is. This is your favorite attorney, Attorney Allie Booker. What is up, y'all? Y'all already know what time it is. I bring to the court of my public opinion when you write me, Booker at bookerlawfirm.com. Okay? And I answer your question. Okay? Now, we're not going to look at this as legal advice because I don't represent you. However, I will give you my honest, personal, and professional opinion on what you asked me to the best of my knowledge with the information that you have provided. So without further ado, court is now in session. They wrote me and they said, I have a dismissed case when I was a teenager in Texas. The case was car racing. It was a misdemeanor, but the case was completely dismissed. Later on, most of the time when I'm entering the United States, I have to go into a check room for this case that was dismissed. It was just a misdemeanor. I didn't face any major problems due to these procedures, but these procedures give me a bad feeling and I get worried when I have to go in the back room, especially if I'm with my family and my friends. Is there a solution to erase this case and get this fingerprint off my record so I can prevent this from happening in the future when I'm entering America, knowing that my record doesn't contain any other case of violation, not even a parking ticket? What do I do? Let me tell you, bring you to the court of my public opinion. Baby, you need to seek an expunction. Get it expunged off your record, okay? Now, the issue is the old federales. The federal government does not have to necessarily recognize an expunction, but you can get them to do that. So you will need to apply for an expunction in your jurisdiction. And then you will also need to notify the federal government and see what they can do to assist you. Again, a federal government does not have to necessarily erase their records if they don't agree to. A state cannot order the federal government to do anything. However, they do have a process whereby they will recognize expunctions if they want to, and you're just going to go into that process. But what you need to do is start to at least get it wiped off your record, because at that point, that will give you some sort of leeway. All right? This happens a lot, guys. The only people that can get an expunction, which means to wipe it off as if it never happened, where the cop that pulled you over or the DA that charged the case won't even know it exists, is an expunction. Those are different from non-disclosures. Non-disclosures are for people who successfully complete deferred adjudication and wait out their proper time period. They can then go back to the same court in which they had the charge and the deferred adjudication, and they can request and ask that particular judge to wipe their record off so that none of the private entities see it, so that jobs don't see it. A non-disclosure does not work for government entities. This gentleman is looking for a government, or female is looking for a government entity to recognize it. So that person is going to need and can qualify for an expunction because they got a dismissal. Next case.
Sitting here behind these walls, think it's time I made that call. I'm locked up and facing charges. Who gon' fight these cases for me? I called Booker Law Firm, they got the job done. They were right there for me.
For more information, contact the Booker Law Firm at 713-292-2225 or visit the website at bookerlawfirm.com.